Hey everyone, we are live and I've got some amazing rock stars with me today. And before I let you know all about these amazing individuals, we're going to kick off the call. This is, as you guys saw, happy hour. I'm going to call this like happy hour, power hour, because we have some power entrepreneurs on this call with us tonight. And I want to have some fun. This will be different than anything else that you probably ever see me do. So we're going to have fun. We are going to dive into a Q&A. We are going to dive into some case studies. We are going to be drinking our cocktails, mocktails. We are going to be doing some trivia, and I'm going to be giving away prizes as well inside of this trivia night. And it's going to be amazing. And so if you're joining us and you're joining live, drop me a comment below and let me know where you're viewing in from. Let us know that we're loud and clear and you can hear us all okay. That's going to be really important. And here's the basis of this, happy hour case study night. And I really wanted to put some time and effort into putting this together for you guys, because if you have been following any of my stuff over the last 9/9.5 days, you guys know right now that we are in the middle of open enrollment for something that I've been working on for a very long time now, and we put a lot of effort into, which is my newest program called My List Building Bootcamp. And if you guys know the information, let me know in the comment section below if you've heard about it. But most of everybody that follows knows that we're in launch mode right now and we have enrollment open. However, here's the thing. Enrollment closes tomorrow, Friday, March 19th. And we know that there is, because we've been getting a plethora of emails and messages on our Facebook and our Instagram, we know that there is a lot of people out there that still have questions. Like, is this program really right for me? Is this the right direction that I should be looking at for my business? Is this going to work for me? Is this worth the investment? Because it is an investment, right, you guys? So I thought the best way, and we've got some people who are already in and enrolled. It's nice to see you guys. Definitely chime in the comment section below. But I really wanted tonight to be all about you and helping you to really make the right decision for your business. I'm not here to convince anybody that this program is right for your business. That's going to be really up to you. But all I can do is I can provide you with all of the information that I know that I have in my toolbox to help you make that right decision for your business. And so I thought we would make tonight all about you. We'll have a mocktail cocktail together. We're going to have some fun and answer any and all questions that you might have about My List Building Bootcamp before enrollment closes tomorrow, so that you can make the best, most educated decision for you and for your business. I thought another way to help you with this is to actually share with you some of my past clients that have gone through my Freebie Funnel Method and have employed this into their worlds and their businesses, and have them really share some of the results that they have had with this program, so that you can actually see firsthand that I'm not just saying it's awesome and you should definitely come and join us, but you can see from some other people who have already implemented this strategy that I teach, and ask them questions. And before we hit live, by the way, I told the crew, I said, you guys, this is really us serving the community that I have. And I want you to be 100% honest and open with everything. Like, I want to know the details about maybe what you were thinking before you joined. What were your biggest accomplishments and takeaways being inside of the program and having me walk you through growing and building a freebie funnel and an email list for your business? And where are you at right now? So some of these individuals on the call today have been in my world for years, like 3 or more years. So this isn't, whenever I put something out there, My goal is to create lifelong relationships with my clients, not just sell them something and say, see you later, I've got your money. I want to be supporting them in their entrepreneurial journey for years and years and years to come. And so that's the case with these individuals that I have on today. So if you guys are excited about this, if you have your cocktails or mocktails in hand, that's cheers to everybody that is here today to help you with your decision. I love it, you guys. This is so fun to help you with your decision. Now, also, what would a happy hour be? And I know we're coming off of like the quarantines, right? So like everyone's still rusty when it comes to happy hour. At least I was like, what's a happy hour? But I know everyone's rusty. But I said, what's a happy hour without like trivia night? You know, like if you go trivia night. So here's what I'm going to do. We're going to be sharing some really cool things along the way. And these individuals and powerhouse rock stars that I have on the call are going to be sharing some nitty gritty details with you guys. And if you're paying attention towards like the end or middle, so I'm going to kind of insert these trivia questions in the middle and as we go, where I'm going to ask a question and it's going to be based on what one of these rock stars shared with you. And we are going to pick winners tonight on this trivia fun that we're having. And I'm going to give out Amazon gift cards. So if you can get the first comment that I see that comes in that gets the trivia question correct as we're moving through tonight, I'll highlight your comment across the screen and then we'll get you some Amazon gift cards. And this is just my way to say, hey, you got to pay attention, right? Scott says, where's the boss man? He's upstairs watching sports, I think, right? The girls are down. The girls are here having happy hour. So who's pumped up and fired up? So here's the deal. I created my list building bootcamp, you guys, and to help people attract perfect buyers into your world for your products and services. And when I learned this, it really changed the entire trajectory of my business. In fact, this is the foundation, by the way, of my multiple seven-figure brand and business. And without having this foundation in place, I don't think any of what I have now, the lifestyle, the leads, the sales, the income, all the stuff, the clients, whatever, I don't think any of that would have been possible without this foundational piece. And so over the last few years, I've been really passionate in teaching this strategy and walking people through employing this strategy in their business. And for the last 6 years, I was doing a mastermind called the Ultimate Branding Experience. By the way, this is what everybody on this call has been through. And they have everybody on this call right now that's going to share their story on going through the program, and they're going to be helping you to answer your questions as we see them come through. They paid, by the way, between $6,000 and $8,000 to actually get this information from me. Now, because of the quarantines, I'm not doing a live event this year in 2021. So we strategized and we tried to figure out how I can get this information out to people in a different, maybe virtual capacity where I can still work as closely with you as possible virtually and walk you still through a similar curriculum so that you can have some of the same results, if not better, than some of the clients that have been through my mastermind with me over the last 6 years. And so that's why and where my list building bootcamp was born. And if somebody can just type in the comment section, mylistbuildingbootcamp.com, because that's going to be, if you're hearing about this for the very first time or you don't know anything about it, or somebody's shared this training with you or this happy hour with you, that's going to be the spot where you're going to want to go and get all of the details for bootcamp. Okay. And I hope to see you there. Enrollment closes tomorrow. Don't miss your window of opportunity to join with us. It will be amazing. And by the way, it is a fraction of the cost of what these rock stars had to pay. And they're probably a little jealous and mad, but don't worry, I've got them taken care of. Okay. So it's about 1/8, 1/6 the cost, but it's my way because we don't have all of the overhead that a live event actually takes from you. Live events are very expensive, so I have to charge a lot for them. Now we are virtualized. Oh, John says he doesn't see any drinks. John, come on, man. Who do you think we are? All right, cheers. Let's get this party started. So, and if you guys have questions along the way, let us know. We are here to 100% serve you and have some fun. And keep in mind, it's trivia night. Pay attention to what these lady bosses are going to be saying, because I'm going to be reiterating and asking you. And the first person that answers is going to get some Amazon gift cards, and it should be really fun. So Stacy Hall. Stacy Hall is here in the house wearing her heart shirt. I love it. She says she was feeling the love tonight. So Stacy, I know that you have an incredible business right now. We have been friends for years, and I have learned some incredible things about you since you attended this curriculum back 3 years ago, maybe coming up 4 years ago now. Mm-hmm. So I'm curious to know, can you tell people like where you're from? Let us know the products and services that you represent. And I'm curious, like where you were at before you decided to, enroll in the mastermind and learn my freebie method from me, and like why you even wanted to do that.
Yes, very good question. First of all, hey, I'm so honored to be here. Look at these rock stars. This is so fun. And I did not get the memo that it was supposed to be a mocktail, so I will drink slowly, all right? Because I'm a bit
it's a cocktail or a mocktail.
Okay. I thought maybe I was the only one who had actual not mocktail. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that on Facebook. So not mocktail. Okay. Awesome. So yeah, I'm Stacy Hall. I'm a network marketer and an affiliate marketer, speaker, trainer. I do all the things now. I'm very blessed that I have a business that is really incredible and feeds me emotionally, spiritually, all the things. I love it. I love my business and I'm very excited about it. I've known you, I guess, almost 6 years, Tanya. Can you believe that? 6 years is crazy. But when I was looking to get started with the Ultimate Branding Experience in 2017, I was at that point in my business where I had bits and pieces everywhere, right? Like I was willing to do the work. I was willing to really do what it took, but I just didn't know how to connect the dots. So I was going to a bunch of different people, different places, different resources, and then trying to put them together myself into a system. And it did not work at all. Like Tanya, I was a hot mess. And I was still at that point in my business where I was still spending more money than I was making. I was chasing it and I wanted it so badly, but I just couldn't get the pieces to fit and I couldn't get it to work. And I was going to events. I was doing all the things. And so when I saw that come up, I'm not going to lie, I choked a little when I saw the cost. That's the truth, because I was not in the place where that was in the budget at all. Right. And when I mentioned it to my husband, I could see the look in his eyes. He's like he wanted to support me. He's very supportive. He wanted to support me, but I knew what he was thinking just with the look on his face. He was thinking, how many more things? Like, how many more events are you going to go to? How many more courses are you going to buy? How many more coaches are you going to consult? Like, how long are you going to keep doing this and not get the results that you keep saying are possible, right? And that's really hard to admit, because when you don't want to look your own family in the face because you made all kinds of promises and you know in your heart it's possible, but you're not making it work and you feel like a total failure. Like I felt like a big loser at that point. That's how I felt. And I didn't want to let him down anymore. I didn't want to let my kids down anymore. And I just thought, if I don't do this, what can I do? I literally tried all the free stuff. I $97 myself to death. I really did. And it was never enough, because the thing is, all of those avenues give you just a little bit, but they don't give you how to put it together. That's what I was missing. That's really what I was missing. And so I just said to my husband, I'm like, I'm just going to scrape and scrounge from everywhere that I can and see how I do. And when I did all that, all the pennies, all the things, I was still short. And so I was like, I'm short. Like I was a little over $1,000 short. That's not pocket change. How do you come up with $1,000? And Tanya, you had a deadline. So I'm like, what can I do? So I actually, as you can see, music is very important to me and my family. I started to pull together some musical equipment. I sold a guitar amp. We sold a guitar. We sold some other things that were kicking around our little man cave. And it wasn't easy to do, especially because I know how much they mean to my husband, right? But I just kept thinking to myself, like, I want to get to a point. This makes me emotional. I'm sorry. I wanted to get to a point where I could buy 3 amps without thinking about it, right? And so I did it. I just sold what I had to sell. I would have done anything to get my ass to that mastermind, and I did. I got my butt there. And you know what? I was not the person who had the instant overnight success story, but I had the pieces that I needed. And so when I got back and everything was in place, I was like, now I can run. And so that's what I did. I just put all my trust in you, Tanya. And I was like, she says this is going to work. I'll believe her. I literally put every penny I had to spare into it. And I just did what you told me. And guess what? It works. It works.
So you told me that story way after you had come to the mastermind and learned this information, and I literally had no idea. But for those of you guys that are, looking at anything, and I don't care what it is, whether it's, the boot camp and enrolling with us or anything that you think can take your business from point A to point B, you kind of have to ask yourself, like, what language are you using? Some people have messaged me on Instagram and said, I can't afford it. And I said, we need to change that language. Like, number one, we need to change that language. And Stacey, I'm glad that you were mindful enough to know to do that, because some people aren't. And they, if we ask ourselves the right questions, our brains go and find the answers. So it's not like I can't afford it, I can't afford it, I can't afford it. It's how can I make this happen? And 98% of the people that are on planet Earth can get really scrappy and have the means to get very resourceful. There are certain circumstances I know that are completely out, but most of us, 98% of us, can get scrappy and we can get resourceful. And those are the people that have the biggest freaking stories, and so now I'm curious. Okay. So I really appreciate you guys I appreciate you sharing that, because I think you saw the comments, like, powerful. Oh my God, I'm crying. This is such an incredible story. I feel the same. Like, this is life-changing, you guys. So what were you able to learn? And what does life and business look like now? Like, what, I'm curious. And I'm sure everyone, I know a little bit, but I want to hear like real stuff. And I'm sure other people do as well.
Yeah. Everything has changed. And I didn't share that story before. And I've even been on these lives with you in past years, and I never shared it because, Chalene Johnson says you should always share from scars, not wounds. And I was still a little bit kind of, I don't want to say ashamed of it, but I think that's maybe the right word. I was a little embarrassed about it. So I didn't really share it. But now I'm so over it. And I realize that there are a lot of people who can benefit from knowing that they're not alone, that other people feel the exact same way. And maybe they're just not saying it for reasons like that, right? So I felt I needed to share it. But so what happened was I came home and I implemented, and I was able to create with my freebie and my funnel, get enough lead flow to fill some Facebook groups. And I started running Facebook challenges. And in November of that year, I ended up doing a Facebook challenge that enabled me to enroll 23 people in 24 hours into an affiliate program. And I was like, oh my God, like I never enrolled 23 people in like a quarter at that point, like in 3 months, let alone in 24 hours, right? So that's when I really realized that it worked. So I just kept doing it. And then that December, I was chosen as member of the month of my affiliate platform. I was in the top 10 of their top level affiliate contest, you know, just all the other elements of my business started to take off. But the most important thing for me was that it was the opportunities that opened up. Like, yes, I learned how to build my email list. Yes, I made more money. Yes, I got people who wanted to get coaching with me. All of those things happened. But it was the opportunities, because I started showing up bigger in the marketplace. I secured myself a pretty sweet gig with the Higdon Group, speaking on stages, all kinds of other things opened up because of how I was able to show up because of what you taught me, Tanya. And so what I learned, the most important things, first, was that you can have lifestyle and cash at the same time. Before I went to your mastermind, I don't believe I 100% bought that. I thought, yeah, Tanya does it, but she's like, I don't know, she's like some kind of weird alien superhero, because I don't really think that's possible. But then when I put the pieces together, it started to make sense. I was watching, I was looking, because yes, you taught me how to make the giveaway, which is great. I needed to learn how to do a freebie the right way, because I didn't have the right elements. It was all kind of messed up. But how you connected the dots, because that's what was missing for me. Okay, I have my freebie, but what do I do with it? And once people land on my page, how do I get them from there to where I need them to be? Like, that was it. It was the actual strategy. And I'd never had another trainer be able to step by step, unless you're some kind of tech guru, step by step, show me how to do it. And I could actually do it. That was the biggest thing that I took away from that. And then on the plane home, you're seeing leads come in and you're like, I can't believe it. Like, I just cried and cried so much. That was a mess. So now, I mean, I have a really successful network marketing business. I have coaching clients constantly wanting me to coach. I had 5 new ones pop up this week. Speaking engagements. I'm being interviewed on podcasts. You know, I had my first 6-figure year last year, and it's just rising every year. And yeah, things are good. Things are really good. And I'm super happy. And I mentioned to you, the last thing I'll mention, and then I'll pass it over. But I mentioned to you, Tanya, a couple of days ago, one of the funnels that I put together, because here's the thing that people may not realize. This is not a one-off. This is success on repeat, right? As Danelle Delgado says, once you learn, I'm able to take what I learned and I just keep doing it over and over and over again. I just keep repeating it. So I've built many funnels since then. And there was this one funnel that I had, I think it might have been the second one I did right after the mastermind, 6 months later, maybe. And it was leading to coaching. And I turned it off because I had so much going on that I just didn't have space on my schedule for one-on-one coaching. So I turned it off. But I guess there must have been some stuff still live somewhere that I didn't know about. And I was telling Tanya this because that's what happens, right? You have so many like things out there. That I ended up bringing in $12,000 in extra revenue by accident because I didn't even know it was live, right? That's the power of this. So there you go.
I'm so excited and happy. This is what I live for. Like, I'm so pumped for you, girl. And I just want to I want to shout from the rooftops, like the opportunity that everybody can have if they take this in with the right mindset and they implement. And then, have you up here, me sharing your success story with like everybody and shouting you from the rooftops. People were very touched by that story, Stacey. So we really appreciate, I tear up when I hear, because I know where you were at when you came. I didn't fully understand, but I knew you were also you had been in the online community for a little bit, trying to figure out all the pieces for years, right? And so when you came, you were very skeptical to learn this from me because you were thinking is this going to be anything new that I don't know already? And am I going to be in the same position? Because you already had some knowledge when it came to attraction marketing and sales funnels. And, you had some of that knowledge.
Yeah. So, I was paying good money to learn it somewhere else, but it just wasn't connecting. There was just holes in the boat. I couldn't figure out why until I went through your program and realized I was like, oh. And I thought I was organized. I thought I was so organized. And I'm looking at Jordan and Kathy because I remember even mentioning that at that particular mastermind. I'm like, I've got a fair bit of green in me. I'm pretty organized. but Tanya takes the cake, man. When I saw like how my business should look, I was like, it's no wonder I'm not making any money. It was a bit shocking. It was a humbling experience.
That's awesome. Yes, I have always just pretended that if my mom is going through any of my training, could she implement and fully understand? Because that's actually how I was when I was learning this. I was so confused. I was like, okay, somebody puts in their name and email. Where do they go? Like, where are they now? Like, how do I get them to buy my stuff? I had no idea. Yeah. I was floundering trying to figure it out. And then once I had finally figured it out after many years and wasted time and a lot of wasted money, I was like, okay, I can break this down pretty easy and reverse engineer it. And then lo and behold, the program that we now have, which is great. And it's great to see that it's working so well. Somebody asked, Stacy, maybe you can answer this question. The question was, does this work for, where's the question again? Something to do with affiliate marketing. Chris, I saw this was question. Can this work if it is not an affiliate marketing technique?
Oh yeah, I don't use it much for that at all, really. Although you can, for sure. You can use it for anything. I mean, if you sell candle wax, this will work like anything. I was using it to fill Facebook groups. I was using it for affiliate stuff. I was using it for coaching. I was using it for my network marketing company, like Sideways, right? That's a whole nother thing. But I was using it for everything.
Yeah. And if you have any products or services that you sell, like using my Freebie Funnel Method will help you to attract perfect clients and customers for whatever it is that you're selling. Even if you're in network marketing and you're recruiting for teammates or business partners, this definitely will help. How long did it take you from start to finish creating this? You can answer it. How long did it take you specifically? I know we have the boot camp laid out in 6 weeks, but you guys, I think, maybe went through a condensed version of it and did it a little faster. Mm-hmm. But I mean, it took you how long? I don't know.
Well, we had pregame sessions, so we had some of the organizational stuff done in the weeks ahead. So to be fair, we did some pre-work. But really most of it went up on that weekend, right?
So, if I remember, Tanya kept us in the conference room till like 1 a.m. all 3 nights of that weekend. Like,
I was going to say 6 weeks is ideal. Yeah. We worked 3 days with no sleep.
Yeah. I mean, condensed version. That's the nicest way I've ever heard you say that.
This is why I made it a 6-week boot camp. I'm being easier on people, you guys.
I remember we left and my husband goes, so who did you meet? And I go, meet? We didn't have time to talk to anybody. We just worked.
Yeah, like we were exhausted and we were punch drunk, but yeah, most of it went up in 3 days.
6 weeks is perfect.
6 weeks, you're good.
Thiago, yeah, the boot camp is A to Z. So launching your funnel online, creating the funnel and launching it to get leads, and then marketing it as well. So you need to know how to find perfect people to fill your funnel. So we're teaching that in the boot camp as well. And if somebody can just drop the link, if anyone's curious on the details, again, mylistbuildingbootcamp.com. Enrollment's open until tomorrow. Stacy, you are absolutely incredible. Hang out because some people might have some questions for you, but I want to transition and let's talk to Tamika. I have no idea what order I was supposed to go in. When I hit record, I knew what order. Now I don't remember because I was so touched by Stacy's story and I've been drinking my cocktail. So it's happy hour, you guys. And so in just a minute, in maybe 5 minutes, I'm going to drop the first trivia question for you guys to win a gift certificate to Amazon. So hopefully you guys are paying attention to Stacy's story because I know what the question is. Warner, my man, thank you for posting that. I appreciate it. Tamika, nice to have you here, girl, on Happy Hour. So Tamika, by the way, joined the program in 2020. So she was my most current client that has learned the freebie funnel from me. And so we just wrapped that up, oh gosh, in what was it? In a little less than a year ago, right? We wrapped that up. And so I want to know, and everybody else wants to know, where are you from? What are your products and services that you sell? And what was your place when you saw the opportunity to work with me? Like, where were you at and how did that come about? And what were you thinking?
Yeah, I'm so excited to be here. Hello, you guys. I am Tamika from Wyoming. Stacy, I just love your story. And I love how there's parallels between them, but also totally different. So I'm really excited to be here and get to share mine. I sell health and wellness products through a network marketing company, but then because of this program that I did with Tanya, I'm able to create my own product and service with a weight loss program that I'm just in love with. And so it's been fun to incorporate this into something that I've personally created over the last year. Like Tanya said, it's been less than a year since we wrapped up, and just what it's doing for my business is insane. So I actually started network marketing 6 years ago, and I had 200 friends on Facebook. I was teaching high school math. I was a soccer coach. I literally worked sun up to sundown. And so when this network marketing opportunity came along, I was like, I just don't have the time for it. But, I just was coachable. I did what I needed to do. I was able to promote quickly with my company. And then I hit just kind of this dead end. I had gone through my warm market. I had expanded and made new friends. I was comfortable with cold market. I tapped into Instagram, and I just was running my wheels. I didn't know what else to do. And I quit my full-time job and was home full-time with my kids. And I just knew that I wanted to offer more, but didn't really know how to do that. What more could I offer besides the products that my company was already doing? And then how could I reach more people and then stay connected? Because, they say that people need to see things between 7 to 12 times. And so how do you keep track of all of that? And so I just got on YouTube actually and was just searching how to brand yourself, how to do the funnel, and Tanya's name and video just kept popping up over and over and over again. So I was just watching her videos, and I was opting into her freebies. And me being a school teacher, I love free stuff. I love those free resources, that blueprint that I can put in my 3-ring binder and just have it and use it whenever I need it. And so I was really, really attracted to the funnel system and getting emails from her on a weekly basis and being like, oh, I need that. Oh, I want that. Oh, just amazing. And so it just kind of started that way about 3 years into my network marketing business. And now I've been in for 6 years and have been able to just create something so big. And it's only growing up from here. And so when I found this ultimate branding experience, it was 2019. It was about November. I just come back from a business conference, and they were talking about the importance of email list building. What if Facebook shut down? What if Instagram shut down? How are you going to keep in contact with your people? And so I knew that was an important piece in my business that I wasn't doing. And so when I saw the ultimate branding experience, I wanted to do it. And then just like Stacy said, that $6,000 was I've never, ever spent that much. Stacy was going broke on $97. I was going broke on the just the freebie stuff, or the time that it took, or the $7, $12 stuff that people were offering. And so, I talked to my husband about it a little bit, and Tanya showed me her numbers on one of the open webinars that she had, and how she took her business from this amount to this amount. And it's almost like buying a lottery ticket that you're going to win, because that if you do the work, you're going to make your money back and so much more. It's going to pay you year after year after year. And when she says that you can have a luxury lifestyle where you don't have to work all the time, that's what these funnels do. You create the funnel one time, and then all you do is just get creative and have fun with the different freebies and resources. And then people just go in the funnel, and then they just keep going through until finally they pop out as customers, and they're just so grateful for what you have. So that's a little bit about how I got started.
So everyone is loving this, and I want to take 1 minute. So I want to find out your actual numbers, because you shared with me some pretty sweet numbers, Tamika. And I want people to hear these numbers. Plus, you should be celebrated for these numbers. They're pretty fan-freaking-tastic. That's all I have to say. Before we celebrate, let's do a trivia giveaway. Okay, you guys ready for a trivia giveaway? So the first question, if you guys were paying attention, I'm going to give away an Amazon gift card to the first comment that I see that comes through on our dashboard. And actually, Kathy, can you see the comments, by the way? You can. I'm going to let you call out the winner of this. So the first thing that you see that comes out, and I know, Kathy, you'll know the answer to this. So this is a question, what did Stacy sell to make it happen and invest with me to learn my freebie method strategy? The first person to answer that question correctly is going to win an Amazon gift card.
Amy M. Benjamin Moore.
Amy M. Benjamin Moore. That's correct. An amp. Some people said guitar. They were close, but it was an actual guitar amp. So Amy, send me a support email, support@tanyaliza.com. And give us your best email address to send you your Amazon gift card, and we'll get that over to you. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Amy, first trivia question. That is correct. She sold amp. So pay attention, you guys. When we move fast around here, we move super fast around here. So Tamika, since enrolling with me and working that strategy out and creating that freebie funnel, let me know what you're on track with. Like, how many leads have you generated? How big is your email list since working together less than a year ago? And give me some, do you mind sharing some revenue numbers with us, where you were before, where you're at now, and what you're on track to do this year? I'm curious.
Yeah, for sure. So when I enrolled, I honestly had no idea what I was going to offer. I didn't have what I have now. And so I remember my very first freebie that I created. It was 5 healthy, nutritious meals for the busy mom. And I can't even spell nutritious. And I was like, why did I pick that? Everything had the word nutritious, and it was so frustrating. But it was learning the process. And so, life got a little bit busy. And so I really honed in on it just in December. I created a Get Fit program. I created a group out of nothing, out of zero. I designed my website. I designed my funnel. So I used all the tools that I learned last summer to really hone it in December. So just within the last 3 months, my email list has grown to over 550 people. My Facebook group has organically grown to almost 700 just in the last, 2.5, 3 months. Every time I make a post, I get a new program sold. So, I've had 24 sold, one today, actually, in the last 3 months. And in 2019 to 2020, it took my revenue up over $25,000 in a year. And I mean, with the pandemic and everything that went down, raised my revenue. And this year we're going to be making multi-6-figure income by the end of the year due to, this funnel being able to not only help with my program that I created, but also I use it to train my new brand reps that joined my network marketing team, and I use it for everything. Just like Stacy was saying, I can use it to train people. I can use it to help sell my products. I can use it to help sell my services and my goods. And once you learn how to do it, I mean, it's endless what you can do with it.
I love it. And this is life-changing, you guys, right? And I love, Stacy and Tamika, you also said that something that I think more people, including myself, need to remember. This isn't a skill that you just come in and learn and then it just serves you for a week. This is a skill that you'll learn and it will serve you forever in your business, right? And you can always replicate it, duplicate it. You're investing to learn something that will last you a lifetime in your business. And that's how I look at anything like coaching, programs, or anything. How much are you selling your programs for? Those programs that you're selling right now? I'm curious.
So it's a subscription and it's just $15 a month.
Cool.
And so I use the campaign that you taught me that I don't even have to do anything. It just automatically sends for every person that subscribes and I don't have to do anything. It's incredible.
Congratulations. I mean, I can give you guys the path, but it's really up to you guys to implement it and put it into place. Like you can lead a horse to water. That's what I'm doing with you guys with the program, but it's you guys that have put it into place and put your own creative spins on it to allow it to do what it's been able to do for your businesses. So this credit all goes to you guys for implementing. So congratulations. And I'm so pumped and excited for your stories. You guys fire me up. This is why I do what I do. So I'm curious. Let's meet Holly, if you don't mind. Holly's got the balloons in the background. I'm so excited to introduce Holly to you guys, because if you guys are wondering, like, does this work for this type of a business, or does it work for that type of a business, or can it work for this? I've actually had a lot of people, Holly, in my world message me recently and say, hey, I've got an Etsy business and I sell like arts and crafts and gifts and stuff. Will this be profitable? Will this work for me? Like, is this good? So I wanted you to come out because your story, I've been following you since you attended and started implementing, and your brand has literally blown up. And like you guys are so professional, so fun. And so since it's been what, a couple of years now, right? Couple of years.
I came in 2019. And I'm glad I did, because I went home and implemented right away. Started my main offering, which was a membership. And that has really helped me survive 2020 and beyond, because what I do is I teach people how to make balloon animals. That was my primary thing. That's what I was known for. And there is actually an industry for that. We have conventions and balloon twisting contest. And so it's a small niche, but it is out there. And I started my first YouTube video in 2009, and I was doing free content and developing products that would be helpful for other balloon artists that I found helpful for myself. And I would make pennies here and there. It just never felt like the amount that was coming in was equal or proportionate in any way to the amount of work that I was putting out there, and just felt like I was really working for free most of the time. And that's when I was like, I have got to learn from an expert here. And Tanya was who I found. And so I went, and I couldn't afford it either. But the workshop stuff that we went through before the actual get together inspired me and motivated me and gave me an idea of a product I could create before I even got to Florida and met her in person. And I started selling that right away, and that paid for the whole thing itself. Just, the motivation and inspiration I got from going through the workbook before we even got to Florida. So and then we learned how to do freebie offers and grow our email list, which I had not been concentrating on before. I had been growing a YouTube audience, but sometimes they see your videos, sometimes they don't. It all depends on the algorithms and everything. And so I started really implementing, putting out my freebies, but asking for emails in return and growing a list that I own. And that way, when I was ready to launch my main product, the membership, the most sales came from the emails I sent to this list that I had grown. It was fantastic. So the other great thing that we learned there was we learned about marketing through Facebook ads. And so getting your message out to people who aren't already familiar with you. And that was super, super helpful for me as well. But the main thing I think was getting my email list from basically 0 to 5,000 in that year of 2019, and just starting the membership, which for the first time in my career, I felt like I am actually getting paid what I'm worth now. It was amazing. And then
5,000. So in a year, you were able to grow your list to 5,000 subscribers.
Yes.
That knew who you were, loved your stuff, opening your emails.
Yes. I did 6 figures that first year.
What?
After leaving your workshop and training, 6 figures that first year of the membership. So that was like finally.
Oh my goodness. I love it. And I mean, that definitely, I mean, that is the power. But I mean, just think about this though, like a small niche, like you said it. I mean, you're like, there is a niche there, you know, balloon artistry there is a niche. But to have that list grow to 5,000 in 1 year is really freaking incredible. Like really incredible. And then, but that is the opportunity. So you saw an opportunity to go, hey, I know what my list needs and wants. And then you ended up creating a program for them. How much do you sell the program for? I'm curious.
We've gone up in pricing every time we open up the doors to the membership. And so it started off with like my close people, just $5.99 a month or $4.99 a month, $5. We're up to $21.99 a month now. And we have over 500 members, which has been fantastic for me because in 2020, Corona decimated all my audience's businesses because nobody could do parties or events or festivals or anything anymore. And so all of my customers I was afraid I was going to lose my membership because it was like, they're not going to have any money, which means I'm not going to get any money.
Yeah.
So I had to do a lot of pivoting last year as well and coming up with ways that we can encourage our members to continue their businesses, pivot their businesses, and do other things with their balloons, like this kind of stuff. So they could continue on and not lose everything that they had worked to build up so far. And so I didn't feel right all of 2020. I did not feel right doing a whole lot of advertising or trying to push sales because I knew how badly affected most of my customers were. And I just personally didn't feel good about doing it. So I didn't do one launch in 2020. I didn't do any big marketing pushes or anything. We just kind of like stuck with the members that we had, and most of them have stayed with us. I didn't lose. I still am making, $6,000-$7,000 a month without having to do any huge launches. And so having that membership, I'm so glad that I went through your program in 2019 because it really saved me and my income in 2020 when everything just went crazy. So having that built and that steady, dependable machine working for me, it works even if you're not actively like hitting the pavement, trying to make sales, trying to grow things. It held steady for me. And so I was really thankful for that as well. But I'm ready to do some launches now in 2021.
Yeah. And congratulations, girl. I mean, everyone's saying amazing story. Congratulations. Yes. Like give it up for these ladies in the comment section below. I mean, they literally are crushing it and taking this to a level that I'm just so impressed with every single day, even hearing these stories. Like, so Holly, I mean, that's the thing. Some people are saying, and we can all chime in on this. I've seen a couple of questions that have come through saying, is email list fielding dead? Like, does emails even work anymore? Like people are unsubscribing and, does email even work anymore? I will tell you with 100% confidence. I mean, why are people unsubscribing? Well, because you're sending out crap. If you're, I'm just going to be real. Like if you are not sending out the right emails, then of course people are going to be unsubscribing. But if you're doing what I teach and giving 100% value and helping your audience and being there for them, they are opening your emails, they are buying your stuff. I did a interview with Mike Dillard the other day on my Facebook page. And he talked about, he went through a 2-year health crisis where he could not work or show up on social media at all whatsoever. And the thing that helped him financially survive his 2-year health crisis was his email list that he had in his business. And he was able to nurture that list and send out a couple of promotional emails that generated him enough income to pay his doctor's bills and his house bills and take care of his family while he came out of this 2-year health crisis. For those of you guys that are hearing like email marketing is dead, you're just listening to the wrong people who are doing it wrong. Correct? Am I the only one to say like, I'm not the only one to say
absolutely. I like 95% of our sales and signups came from email last year. So, and we have a huge Facebook group, still came from email.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and I'll add just one little piece I want to add to that is, and I'm Jordan's mom, so when she says we, she's talking about me and her. For those of you who may not know, but what I like to add is that as long as your emails have value, yes, I mean, you don't sell in every email, and that's what Tanya teaches: offer value after value. Then when you send out those emails where you're selling, people buy. But you've got to make sure you're focused on value, and then you just occasionally you send those out where you're sending that offer out where they want to buy, or you're selling. And so you've got to have that right mix, and that's what Tanya teaches.
Yep.
Yeah. And I call it like recommendations and suggestions as well. And, Holly, you've been nurturing your list and you've been giving them really good value, and you're sending them to your YouTube videos to get your balloon artist lessons that you do. And they're loving you because you're helping them, and you've really mastered that with your audience. And that's why your audience stays with you. But when you get ready to launch, girl, like this year and do a launch, you've got all of those people on your list that you can go to and make a recommendation and suggestion. And they are going to take it like that because you have sewed into them and nurtured and taken care of them as this business asset that you have held onto as long as you've started growing it. And that's why this is all working for everybody here so very well. It's because you're not just selling emails saying, hey, buy my stuff, buy my stuff, buy my stuff. There is an art and science to nurturing them and taking care of them and actually giving a damn about your people that you are bringing in through your content on social media. And so that's why I teach, like, start a freebie, right? A piece of value-driven content that people want. And that's the first impression that they're going to get. They're going to get on your email list and already view you as a person of value. And then there's an art and science on converting those people into a sale and then nurturing them. I've had people on my email list, and I bet you all of these people have a very similar story, that will say, I have been on your email list and I have been following you for years. And I'm finally now taking action with you in some way, shape, or form or capacity, right? And every year I have somebody like, I have followed you for 5 years and I'm finally, getting into Bootcamp, or I'm finally, whatever, right? So anyways, it's all about how you're communicating and nurturing those people and always staying in front of them with really great content. Holly, you're a master at that with your people, and they know that. And you're a true case study here to let everybody know, like, this doesn't just apply to people in one business or another. It's like you can have anything. And when you have that asset in your business, you can come up with so many different ideas to help that audience to create revenue streams from. If you don't have a list, you don't have an asset in your business. Like, you don't have a business, because you need a list of people to support your business, especially if you're growing online. That truly is my real heart of hearts on that. I appreciate that story. And we're do a little Q&A in a minute too. And I want you guys to meet Jordan and Kathy. So let's do trivia time. Okay. So for those of you guys, by the way, if you're just joining us right now, this is our happy hour case study trivia night Q&A. We're making this all about you. If you've been looking at my list building bootcamp and wondering, is this for me? Should I invest? Doors close tomorrow, March 19th, you guys. So definitely copy this link down, mylistbuildingbootcamp.com, because that's the place where you can enroll. But remember, doors close tomorrow, March 19th, and that is it. And then we get started, and I'm working with the new group. We've already got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of boot campers that are going to be so much fun to work with. And I want to share your success story next. So get into boot camp with us, you guys. Okay, so are you ready for a trivia question? Okay. So Holly's going to pick the winner of this trivia question. All right. So you can see the comments, right, Holly?
Yes.
Okay. Now, if your internet connection is not strong, I'm so sorry. You're SOL. I'm just kidding. Some people were like, man, the delay, and they were getting all mad at their own internet connection, like I had something to do with it. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. So here's the trivia question. So when Tamika was sharing her story, And Tamika, you can help Holly if Holly can't remember this. All right, but I was taking notes. When Tamika was sharing her story, when she was first getting started, she shared, I only had this many friends on Facebook. How many friends did she say that she had on Facebook? And, she was kind of like skeptical that any of her entrepreneurial ventures were going to work, because she said, I only had, okay. Some people were paying attention. I love it.
Going fast. Okay. We're doing the first one I see.
Yep. The first one you see.
I see Tammy Westerman Dawson.
Tammy is the winner of our next trivia. All right. So we're going to get you out. Congratulations, Tammy. We're going to get you out an Amazon gift card. Please send me an email, support@tanyaeliza.com, and let us know your best email address to get your Amazon gift card virtually sent out to you, and you can buy some good stuff on Amazon. Cool. Thank you for paying attention. Congratulations. Yeah. So the pure case in point, you don't need to have a big social media following for this to work for you, because this is the foundation of what will also help you get a bigger social media following, right? And I think that this is a perfect segue into me introducing our Freedom Boss Babes that we have here tonight, which is Kathy Schneider that you see on the top right, and Jordan Maley, the middle bottom. They're a mother-daughter team that have worked together for many, many years, quite inspiring, by the way. And we met each other in 2017. Is that right? I think it was 2017. And you guys came to learn the freebie method that I teach. And you guys shared with me that you had no social media following. And your results that you were able to get in your business were quite simply like second to none incredible. So could you guys tell everybody where you're from, what are your products and services, and where were you at before you were like, okay, I really need to step up and do this for my business?
Mom, you share the first part and I'll share where we were.
Yeah, so, we're in Lubbock, Texas, okay? But one thing I want to add, Tanya didn't ask this, but she knows me, and I'm the mom, so she just says, okay, and she goes with it. But I got to add this little piece. Like when we drove out, we went out, we were on our way to the airport. We decided that we were going to drive to Florida to save money, but we didn't tell my husband that. We had already bought tickets. We called and canceled our ride from the airport to the hotel, okay? And we decided we were going to drive from Texas to Florida. Our math was not good. And we literally, I'm not even kidding, we would stop at the hotel, go in with only our computer cases in the clothes we had on, sleep 4 hours, get back in the car, drive again. We still showed up. I think it was like an hour late because we miscalculated the time zone change. So I'm telling you, you don't have to be really bright to do this. And you don't have to be a mathematician. And so we show up, we walk into this room, Stacy's over in the corner. It was the same event. She probably remembers just walking in late. We're like, we're making such a bad first impression. And we go in, we sit down. We were so tired. We were exhausted. And we go into this weekend, and like we mentioned earlier, Tanya's keeping us till 1 a.m. and then getting us back there the next morning early. And you know what? We just gave it our all. So I'm going to tell you, no matter what your obstacle is, maybe you're tired, maybe you work a lot of hours. I saw someone mention that they're working a lot of hours. I don't care what it is. We all have something. And yes, ours was our own fault. We should have taken that plane. But regardless, you know what? Just do it. I'm telling you, and I'm going to let Jordan share our numbers because she's got all that in front of her, but it's life-changing. Life-changing. We did not know Tanya when we went. We had actually gone out to a Ray Higdon event to look her in the eye and just meet her because we heard she was speaking there to figure out if she was for real, but we didn't even know she had her mastermind. And it was at that event, that Ray Higdon event, that she mentioned the mastermind. So we went to Florida twice within 3 months from Texas, plus spent the monies, the hotel, I mean, all those things. And we still came out ahead. I mean, much ahead. It was such a win-win. So, okay, Jordan.
Yeah. So, and this is a part of our story we don't share a whole lot, but Tanya asked us before this went live, she said, please be vulnerable. So my mom and I had been with the same network marketing company for over 10 years. We were two of the top leaders in that company. We poured our whole heart, soul, mind, blood, sweat, tears, everything into building that company. We ran the conventions. We had the fastest growing team in the company. All we ever talked about on social media was that company's name. We had no brand. No one outside of that company knew who we were. And one day in 2016, the company owner called us and said, we're taking our business model in a different direction. We're no longer going to cater to network marketers. We're no longer going to have events. We're no longer going to support you in building your team. He actually asked us on the phone if we would be open to taking over sales territories in Texas and Oklahoma and Kansas and Missouri and getting in our car and driving around selling our products to department stores in those states. And we pretty much just said, hell no, we're not doing that. That's not what we do. And we had to make a very difficult decision to walk away from that business. And that's not what anybody likes to hear, right? Nobody likes to hear those kinds of stories. But the reality is, as network marketers, we don't own the companies that we partner with. Mm-hmm. We don't own them. We have no control of what they do or when they decide to do it. And we've always taught, and we've always said, you know, you've got to focus on what you can control, do what you've got to do, let the company do what they're going to do. But in 2013, we were introduced to the idea of branding ourselves. And we said, oh, yeah, that looks interesting, but we don't really have time for that. We already have a big team. We already have a big business. We're already making good money. Everything's fine. And 2 years later, when we got that phone call, we realized that these people that we kind of thought of as family really didn't care that they were taking our income away. They didn't really care that we were losing our livelihood for not, you know, we had spent 10 years doing nothing but talking about them. And it was in that moment that my mom and I both decided we will never put us or our team in that position ever again. Like, over my dead body, will I or my team ever be put in a position where they no longer have control over their income? And it was in that moment that we decided we were going to start focusing on how to brand ourselves. And I said that was in 2015. We had no idea what we were doing. We had no traction, no momentum. And we had really just walked away from all of our income when we signed up to go to Tanya's. So what we were earning from our business was nowhere near what it cost to go to Florida. It was nowhere near what it cost to invest in that event. And we knew we had all these ideas and we had all this, we just had all these ideas in our head and we didn't know how to get them out to the world. We'd been network marketers for 10 years. We knew how to build a network marketing team, but we had no idea how to take what we knew and share it with other people. And so we went to Tanya's with an idea. We created a freebie funnel that went to a webinar that did not exist, that was going to sell a program that we had not created yet. And it's a dang good thing that we drove to Florida, because we spent the whole 3 days driving home from Texas. We went a little slower coming home because we were exhausted. And so we actually slept like normal people coming home. But we spent the whole 3 days calling our leads, because we had leads coming in for this webinar. And I'm calling them. I'm like, oh my gosh, you're going to love this webinar. It's so amazing. We hadn't created it. It didn't exist. And then we get home and we created this program that we sold at the end of this webinar, that we rolled it out 1 week at a time. We would give people a different module because we we told them it was so that they wouldn't rush through it. But the reality was it was because it didn't exist. We had not created it. We had all this stuff in our head, but we had no idea really like how to get it out there. And so we just took messy action, right? Like just like the messiest action you could possibly take. And within 10 months, we had done $300,000 in revenue on a course that did not exist when we walked in. I think it might have been closer to 2 hours late to that mastermind event in Florida. And you know what? People know who we are now. And if our company, you know, we found another home, we have another company, we do very, very well there. We hit the top rank there last year because of Tanya and the influence we've been able to build because of that. But we, you know, if anything were to ever happen, it doesn't matter because we have our own brand and our own security and our own business that we've created. You know, we could literally go anywhere and be successful because of what Tanya has helped us create. So
thank you for sharing. I think we've inspired a lot of people during this happy hour, power hour with these incredible rock stars, case studies. So I want to open this up just for a short period of time for Q&A. Basically, I know that we've been doing a lot of inspiring right now, but really I want to open it up to any questions if you guys have any. For any of these individuals that are on today, including myself, if you were thinking about or you are thinking about joining Bootcamp with us in my List Building Bootcamp to learn how to put this strategy in place for your business from point A to point Z, I'll leave the link for you guys to copy and just write down. And if somebody again can throw that in a relevant comment spot, that would be great. mylistbuildingbootcamp.com. I've thrown everything into this thing. It's a fraction of the cost of what these guys had to pay to get this information. And hopefully their case studies have really inspired you guys to know, like, to really just answer that question that you might be pondering right now. Does this work? You know, can this work? And I'll say it works if you work it. That's what I'm going to say. And we can give you a ton of great information and stories all day long, but really at the end of the day, it's up to you to make the decision to invest, number one, and then block out the time to do it with us. And we're releasing it in shorter periods. So we're doing a 6-week release. Each week we focus on a different topic that builds on each other. And at the end of it, you will have a sales-focused machine that will help you to sell your product and service, build your email list, and then cultivate and nurture that list so you can really generate the most conversions and sales from it. And then also build a never-ending flow of interest towards your products and services, and then know how to market it online through social media. Really, it's everything I got that we're putting into it that I know is going to get you from, point A to point Z in this regard. And I do teach really step by step. So if you're like brand newbie and you have no idea, like, I've got you. I promise that I do. But I did want to make this about you guys. So if you have any questions for any of us, and thank you guys, can we just like in the comment section, thank all of these guys they're taking time out of their day to come here to pour into you guys free of charge. I'm not paying them. I said, let's have a drink together. And thank goodness I have good enough friends, and that's the thing, like we become really good friends. And so we have some really good questions. If you guys, we'll take like 5 or 10 minutes, if you don't mind, and maybe answer some of these questions. Lulu, welcome to Bootcamp, by the way. You're going to be enrolling this evening. I'm excited to work with you and have you with us. I promise you, if you implement, you will not be disappointed. Am I saying that right? Morag? How do you work the time zones? I'm in the UK. You can be in anywhere in the entire world based on the format that we're releasing this. Each Monday at 9 a.m. East Coast time, the lessons are already pre-recorded and then they are released to you in your member secure area. So you can go through it whenever you need to, whenever you want. And then in the Facebook group that is our private bootcamp group, we are going to be assisting and supporting you through those lessons that are released that week so that you're fully supported. And we're doing it in bite-sized pieces and each piece builds on top of each other. All right. This isn't my first rodeo. We've done the flow and the format. Let's do another trivia before we get into. You guys want to win some more stuff? Okay, so I've got one. Trivia time. I like this trivia thing. I think it's fun. We should do this more often. All right, so trivia question. Let's do two trivia questions. So we're gonna give away 2 more Amazon gift cards. Stacy, if you can pick the winner of this one, and then Holly, you can help Stacy if Stacy can't remember the answer to this. So when Holly was sharing her story of how big her list grew in 1 year, how big did her list grow in 1 year? How many leads did she generate in 1 year?
I know the answer. Yay!
Okay, good. You do know the answer. We're going to wait if there's a delay and we'll see who has.
The person I see is Suzanne Sormaz Davanich.
5,000. That is correct, Susanna. 5,000 leads in 1 year. Holly did it. Great job, Holly. Susanna, send us an email, support@tanyaliza.com. Let us know your best email address. We'll get you your Amazon gift card. Way to go for paying attention. All right, one more trivia question here, and then we'll do a full Q&A for you guys. Okay, let me read my chicken scratch here. This is what happens on happy hour. You can't read your own writing. I'm just kidding. Mine was half a mocktail. Okay, mine was just half a mocktail. Yes. Okay. So the other trivia question, and Tamika or Jordan, you're going to pick the winner on this one, if that's cool.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. So when Kathy was sharing her story, from where to where did they drive to learn the freebie method? From where to where were they driving?
A long ways.
I wish I could play for the Amazon gift card.
All right. So first one that I see, it was Susanna again. She said Texas to Florida.
Okay, but we have to pick a new winner.
Okay, so Paula was the next
so
one.
that we can only win one time. We gotta spread the love.
Yes, so Paula Goodwin.
Susanna's on it. Her connection is like lightning fast wherever she's connecting from. My goodness.
Yeah, so Paula Goodwin is the winner. She got
Paula, good job for paying attention.
Well, and I saw a question come through a second ago. Can I please. So somebody asked, what if you don't want to sell a course, or what if you don't want to be a coach? Will this still work for me? And I have to tell y'all a story about what we did. Y'all, can you tell we live in Texas? So I have to tell y'all a story. Last year, so when you build an email list, you own that list. And when you're giving them good value that they want to learn, that they want to consume, and then you make an offer to them, they will they want to take you up on that offer, right? They're opening your emails. They want to take you up on that offer. And last year, my mom and I were running for the top rank in our network marketing company. We were about $10,000 to $12,000 in volume away from hitting that top rank. And we had 3 days left to get it. And we knew we could tell from our tracking, my mom and I are big trackers. We knew from our tracking where the team was going to get, and we knew what we needed to make up, what difference we needed to make up to push us over the edge. So we sent one email to our email list. And in 24 hours, we enrolled 8 new business partners on our top kit from one email. Pushed us over the top, helped us hit that top rank. I will never forget, and Tanya talks about this all the time, and I'll be honest, I guess it had happened, but it had never happened in such a high pressure situation before. Because we really midnight was coming, right? Those of you who are in network marketing, you know what month end is like midnight is coming, right? Midnight is coming, and there's nothing you can do the clock just goes faster the closer it gets to midnight. And I was laying in bed at 11, it was 11:32. And I got the notification, you have a new team member. On my phone, it popped up. This lady had opened our email, watched our presentation video, enrolled, and never spoke to her. I was literally laying in bed in my pajamas. My husband was already asleep. I was shaking him. I was like, babe, wake up, wake up. That was the last 500 points we needed. We made it, we made it, we made it. We were so excited. And so, yes, if you don't have a course that you're trying to sell, you don't want to become a coach, this absolutely can work for you. Having your own email list is literally my dad still loves to show the picture around of my mom and I wearing the big embarrassing buttons on our sweatshirts, roaming around the mall in Lubbock, Texas, trying to recruit the kiosk people that work in the middle of the mall. He still has that picture on his phone, and he loves to pull it out at parties. He's kind of proud of it, because he's look how hard they hustled. And my mom and I are please don't show anybody that picture. But we haven't been in a mall in years, you guys. We don't have to do that anymore because we have an email list. And that's the power of building an email list, which is what Tanya helped us do. We had no one on our email list. We did not have an email list before we went to Tanya's. So hopefully that was helpful for those of you who had that question.
Yeah,
Well,
thank you for sharing that. I really appreciate that.
And I want to add just one little bitty thing here. We're just now implementing this, but we're taking what Tanya taught us now, and we're helping our team with funnels so that they can take this and help to build their business. I mean, you can take your knowledge, what you learn, and if you'll think about it exponentially, what all this can be and all the doors it opens, it's not just I think Stacy mentioned, it's not a one and done. I mean, it's not just one funnel. It doesn't end with you if you're with network marketing. I mean, obviously, if you're doing the balloons, but even then, you're helping other people. You're helping so many other people. So anyway, I think that's important to know.
I think that's important to know as well. Cheryl asked, Jordan and Kathy, have you ever thought about giving up?
Oh, only daily.
If I don't want to give up
anymore,
5 times before breakfast, then that just means I'm not working hard enough that day. So
I had a mentor of mine say that if you don't feel like giving up multiple times a week in your business as an entrepreneur, you're just not working hard enough. And I said, well, then I'm right on track. Well, then I'm working hard.
I had a meltdown with Mom. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Mom. Go ahead.
Jordan sent me a text the other day and said, oh, I'm just having one of those days. And I was like, well, just don't forget, we never quit on a bad day. So keep going. You never quit on a bad day. I don't want to hear it. Just keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you guys feel like you're wanting to give up in your business multiple times a week, you are on the right track. And I know no one wants to hear that. But, the only way to fail is to give up, right? And to quit, right? And if you haven't found your path, you just keep trying and trying and trying and trying until you find your path. What works for one person might not work for everybody, right? But you find your groove. Some people are asking, these are a really good question. Maggie says, what software are y'all using? Oh, for this call. I thought you said for email lists and stuff. So I'll answer both of those. So I use StreamYard for this. Go look them up. They're amazing. And then for those of you guys that were asking, what email marketing software do we train on and teach on? In the bootcamp, I specifically say, if you're already using an email marketing provider or a funnel builder software that you like, keep using that. There's no need to pivot. But if you're brand new and you don't have any of that set up, I walk you through using WordPress of your own hosted site. I don't teach on expensive platforms because I don't think you should be investing in expensive platforms right away out the gate. I think that's a good idea maybe later when you're making some money. There's like ClickFunnels and Kajabis out there, but those are multiple hundreds of dollars a month. And I don't think you need that when you're first getting started. So the software that I train on, the email marketing software, is free up to 500 subscribers. That's budget friendly, free 90 free, right? And then the WordPress software that we use is less than $200 a year. So it's very budget friendly and won't break the bank, because I know that that's going to be a sticking point for some people. If they're just getting started and they don't have the money yet to invest in their business, you need some tools, but it doesn't have to be break the bank out of budget tools. All right. So for those of you guys who were asking that question, Baha is asking, how much does the bootcamp cost? So all of the details on joining bootcamp is at mylistbuildingbootcamp.com. So if you go there, all the details are there, exactly how the program's laid out, exactly how we're working the program, all of the bonuses, everything that you get, and pricing is on that page right there.
Can I share something real quick?
You absolutely can. I love it.
So I know that when I first saw this and I enrolled in the mastermind back in 2019, I had no idea what I was going to do. And so you guys who are watching this and maybe you just feel like uninspired in your business, or that you just hit a dead end, like this is where you just need to take the leap and just go all in, because, when you take the leap, then you can build the airplane on your way down. And, you just learn by failing forward. And because I said yes, I learned the tools that I needed, and then new doors and opportunities just kind of open themselves up. And one thing that I was always told is that if you want to level up your business, you have to level up yourself, and you have to get around like-minded people. And, 2 years ago, I was fangirling over Tanya. And now here I am, like doing this live video with her and these other successful women. And so like, you literally, like, if you want to go somewhere, then you just have to do it. Like, you just have to jump in and know that, that you're going to fail, that you're going to make lots of mistakes. And, the one thing that I took away from the mastermind is that done is better than perfect. And so just to be able to find that money and just take that leap and join, like, you're going to be unlocking so many different doors and opportunities that you don't even know that are going to happen for you. So, you don't have to know what you're doing. Like Jordan said, that they didn't even have it created, but like, you're going to get new ideas. You're going to rub shoulders with other people, and you're just going to learn as you go. And so it's totally, totally worth it.
Thank you for sharing that. So here's the perspective that I like, because somebody also said, Christina says, I fangirl Tanya too. That's a huge compliment. And I'm very honored. I'm just little old me living my life in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. Like, I don't feel like a celebrity over here, but it's incredible what happens when you put yourself out there with value. And so if you're viewing anybody like a celebrity, an online mentor celebrity, or you're fangirling or fanboying, whatever, right? The goal is to have that happen to you, right? So this strategy is to have that happen for you. And you already know that it can happen because you already have that going the other way. We just need to flip the table and have that happening for you now. And by putting out like valuable content, a freebie, building your list, nurturing your list, that can happen for you. Absolutely, because it's happened for a lot of other people. So
we were driving home from Florida, and I told you, Tanya taught us, call your leads. And we don't call all our leads anymore because we have a lot of them coming in, but we called all of our leads in the beginning. And I remember once we were in Mississippi driving home, and this lady like started almost hyperventilating on the phone because she couldn't believe that Jordan Maley and Kathy Schneider had called her. And I like so wanted to be like, lady, we are in the car in the middle of Mississippi telling you we can't wait to see you on a webinar that we haven't created yet. Like, trust me, it's not this big of a deal that I'm calling you. But she was so amazing. And my mom and I had spent years buying advertising and calling leads and getting hung up on and getting cussed at and getting, called these horrible names. Why are you calling me? And I mean, this lady was just like, oh oh my God, I can't believe it's you. I can't believe it's you. And when you put yourself out there with value, like Tanya was saying, and you do kind of become this little micro, I mean, we've had people ask us to meet them like at a gas station on the side of the road when we were driving through their town because they just want to meet us for a minute. Like, went to Switzerland a couple of years ago and got to go have coffee with one of our team members who came in through our freebie funnel because she was just like, oh my gosh, like, you're going to be in my country. I want to meet you. And like, it's a very surreal feeling because you don't feel that way on like this side of it. But it's a really, because we're no different than you guys. I mean, probably less put together than most of you. So, or I know I am, at least. I mean,
I was in Nordstrom in the shoe section, and there was a mother-daughter, and they were acting all kind of weird. And then finally the mother came up to me and said, "Are you Tanya Eliza?" And I was like, "What? Yeah, like, who are you?"
Oh.
We have your freebies. And I'm like, what? It's so crazy, you know? It's crazy when you put yourself out there with value, like how people view you and what you can do with that and how you can inspire and you can help. Like everybody that is watching this right now, okay, you're watching this for a reason. You're here for a reason. You have products or services that you are selling, right? And that hopefully you are all promoting products and services that help people, that change their world for the better in some way, shape, or form. And you have to believe in yourself enough to be able to get that information out to the right people and go hard with it, because tomorrow is going to come no matter what. Next year is going to come no matter what, right? It's just your decision on what's going to be your personal situation or your personal or your business situation when that time and place comes. And so this is, a strategy that I need you guys to believe in yourself enough. If you see this, I mean, you've hung out with us for enough time here, but like, you need to believe in yourself enough that you need to get your product out there because it can actually help people. And by helping people, that's how you build your brand and your social media. And if you help, what does Jim Rohn say, right? Help enough people get what they want, and you will ultimately get what you want. And that's the basis, the whole entire basis of creating value and a freebie to get somebody into your world so that you have earned the opportunity to make a sale, like to ask for a sale in some shape or form. And I say, make it in the form of a recommendation and suggestion, because if you do it right, that's all you need to do. You don't have to sell hard. You just have to make a recommendation and suggestion if you've given value, like all of these ladies have done. And when you actually say, hey, I suggest this, people are like, yes, of course, because you've given me so much value. And so you have to just believe in yourself enough to be able to give that value to people, right? And hopefully if you don't believe in yourself so much right now, we'll believe in you enough so that then you start believing in yourself inside of Bootcamp, right? And sometimes that's all we need, because some of us are walking around and in your daily lives and your family lives or whatever, and all you have around you sometimes is negativity. And sometimes you just need to surround yourself with the right people going in the right direction for you to be able to go in that right direction. And if I can provide that community for you for a short period of time to springboard you, I mean, that's what juices me up and that's what gets me really passionate about this, right? So I hope you guys, we had some questions come in. And yes, Anita, this is a good question. I've had this question come in a lot. This is in US dollars. Yes. So the bootcamp is US dollars. Of course, maybe we should have put that on the information page. Maybe we'll put it on for next time. I don't know. And for those of you guys that are asking too, like we might, I've had a lot of emails come in. Hey, Tanya, we really want to do this. But we can't do it right now. Will you do this again? And the answer is, I don't know if I'll do it again. This is my pivot this year because we can't have a live event, which I normally charge a whole heck of a lot more for. So after the boot camp is done, and I don't know what we're going to do. We've got some different plans for the year within my own company. So don't ask yourself, when's the next one? Just ask yourself, how can I get in this one? That's what I'm going to say. You know, I'm a little, my mom is German, so I'm a little hardcore. but by being hardcore, you guys, we get things done. Because if I was just a softie, I would not be your best coach, right? You would just be like feeling good, but then you wouldn't get anything done. I want you to feel good, but then I also want you to get some things done, right? And these guys will tell you, I'm hardcore, we work, but we get it done because I want you to get results. Because as a coach, like if I can't get you results and you're implementing all that you need to do, that doesn't help me as a mentor or coach online, right? You know, all of these guys are coaches and mentors in some way now with their communities. If we just made people feel good all day long, but we couldn't get them results, we wouldn't be good coaches to our people, right? Our job is to get them results, provided you are willing to implement. Dean, if you only have PayPal, we don't have a PayPal option on the info page, but if you only have email, yes, email's my support and we will help you out. PayPal is only available on the one pay option though. We don't have a subscription thing with PayPal. So if you want to do the 3 payment, we can't do PayPal, but if you want to do the 1 payment, we can work out something with PayPal, by the way. You guys are absolutely amazing and awesome. I will leave this broadcast up on my page probably until tomorrow when we close enrollment. So if you have anybody that anybody that you think would find this broadcast useful, you can smash the share button. You can get it out. Can we just give it up in the comment section for everybody here? Just share some love for a moment. I hope you guys thoroughly enjoyed their stories and you got a lot out of it. And if you have any other questions that maybe I missed or you thought of later before we close enrollment that you need the answer to before joining us in Bootcamp that we can help you with, then just email us. And Ruth is commenting right now. I see her. Thanks, Ruth, for posting. She is our customer experience manager. And if you email us at support@tanyaeliza.com, we will get your question answered and help you along your journey. And by end of day tomorrow, Laura, I think they have, don't quote me on this. Somebody asked, what time is it going to close? Don't quote me on this because I don't run all of my show. I do have a good team behind me. My marketing manager is in charge of cart closing time, but I'm going to guess the timer is on that page. If you go to mylistbuildingbootcamp.com, you'll figure it out, but maybe midnight tomorrow, Pacific time, East Coast time, just look at the timer. My marketing manager is in charge of that. I'm excited to share your success story next with my community and shout your success from the rooftops. I really, truly hope to see you in boot camp. Anything else you guys would like to add, ladies, before we close it out for tonight and cheers everybody off?
Just do it. Don't wait. Get it in there. Because what 2020 has taught us is we don't know what's going to happen, right? We have no idea when the world is going to, Holly, just imagine if Holly hadn't gone to the 2019 mastermind, oh my gosh, it's just, I can't even imagine. So just do it. Just go. It's going to be amazing.
Well, the only thing I'm going to add, I saw someone asking about how many coaches are in the group, how many of us will there be in the group. I just want you to know, Tanya's team is unbelievable. Tanya's awesome. Don't get me wrong. She is amazing. She knows how much I love her, but she has got a team that is unstoppable. So I don't want you to worry about any of that. I promise you. Ismarie, I see you on here. You know how much I love you. Unbelievable. Jesse, they're the two that I know the best. And they're just there can't be better humans they'll do whatever. They treat it as if it's their own business, and they're going to treat you as if you're their only child. They're just going to circle you in their love and help you in any way they can. So just know you're going to have all the support you could want or need. They're amazing.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
And I would just add, if I could, that, for me, what started to resonate with me was that at a certain point, you have to understand that your best thinking got you to where you are right now in this moment. Your best thinking is not going to get you to where you want to be. you are worthy of the dreams that are in your heart. And at a certain point, you have to lean into someone else's best thinking to get you to the next level. And there's nobody better to teach you this than Tanya. Opportunity is here and the door is open. And this is one of those things where when the door's closed and you sit back and you think of all the excuses that you allowed to stop you from taking that opportunity, it's going to weigh heavy on your heart. You're here for a reason. And so I'm the girl that's going to tell you, dig deep. I know it's not easy. Dig deep. If there's a way for you to make this work, and I really believe there is, if there's a will, right? Do what you have to do, because tomorrow midnight, the door's shut, and then that's it, man. This could be the beginning of the rest of your life, and you could be on the stage next year. Please don't take that lightly. Lean into Tanya's best thinking and let her help you get you here where you want to be. That's what I'll leave you with.
Amen.
Amen.
Thank you for sharing. I appreciate that. And like I said, you guys, I do not pay these guys anything to be here. In fact, they paid me to be here, and look at all the nice things that they said about me. So I will be sending out some nice things apparently now, because they are so amazing and they've said so. But these are, I
She
sent
sends out really good chocolates for Christmas. I'm just gonna tell you, like, she sends the best chocolates for Christmas. So.
I send really good chocolates, all right, if you're in my world. But we've literally impacted, like, thank you guys for all of this. So much value, so much value. We really appreciate your guys' time. I know that it's valuable. So hanging with us for an hour and 40 minutes out of your day. I mean, just huge love and respect for you guys. And if anyone, you know, find these guys on social media, you know, do a screenshot of their names right now. Their names are shown. Let me take this banner down. Their names are shown on beside their screens, right? Go check them out. Look at the things that they are doing. Follow them on Instagram. Success leaves clues, you guys. So I'm always following people that have created success. And by the way, Holly can be found. She just put Holly, her first name, but she's the Twisted Sister. That's her brand name. How cool is that? So go look the Twisted Sister up, and you can see all the fabulousness that they've got. We've got the Freedom Basket, Tamika, Stacy Hall.
Look up Twister Sister, because the Twisted Sisters will get you some 80s band.
Oh, Twister Sister. I'm so sorry. Really? Did I mess that up? I'm so sorry, girl.
No. People write me checks and they still cash them.
Oh, yes, that's right. That's why that sounded so familiar. So anyways, go look at the Twister Sister, right? Twister Sister. Cool. But you guys, success leaves clues. They're doing something that is working. And so I always like to peek in and pay attention to the things that are working. So
I'm laughing at Christian in the comments.
Is Christian in the comments? He always flusters me when he gets into the comments.
Oh,
He's Canadian. Forgive her. I'll feature his comments. Make him the peanut gallery upstairs.
I'm Canadian too, Christian. So you need to go easy, my friend.
He came down to give me a drink. I thought he was going to say, I texted him. I said, I need a drink. I'm out. And so he came down. I thought he was going to come in, but one day we'll get him on the lives with us. He will be on the lives with us. We need some males on here, you guys. We're a female powerhouse here. I mean, I'm okay with that, but Dean said he's going to be our next success story. So Dean, big ups to you. We'll see you in boot camp, and I'm going to be literally excited to work with you and share you on stage. I mean, you got to bring the manpower over here. All right. But yeah, success leaves clues. These guys are doing something right. Check them out, learn from them, ask them questions. And if you have any other questions about boot camp, or if it's for you, reach out to us, or even reach out to any of these ladies here. They're going to tell you the real, the raw, everything. They're not going to hold anything back. I know I can say that boot camp's totally amazing, but I'm biased. So I wanted to bring some unbiased opinions out tonight and hopefully shed some light on some questions that you guys had, but then also shed some light on the belief that might be holding you back on joining us in boot camp. And I hope to see you guys enrolled before enrollment closes. And I don't know. Thank you guys so much for joining us on Happy Hour. Congratulations to all our trivia winners as well. It's been a slice, and I will see you guys probably, I think we're doing a live Q&A tomorrow as well. So I'll see you on the page tomorrow. Be blessed, you guys. Have an awesome, awesome night. Cheers.